All right, okay, it seems like we cannot escape the wind these days here in North Texas. All right, so I was going to film this little intro on the front porch to be a little shielded from the wind, but there's a solicitor on my front porch that I'm trying to avoid. Lizards scare the absolute bejeebies out of me. I cannot take it. Why? I went to Lowe's to pick up 2 more of those terracotta bowls that I used on the columns on the back patio because I wanted 2 more for the other 2 columns since it turned out so pretty to me. And of course I couldn't resist. I picked up some more plants while I was in there. So I'm going to show you what those are. Okay, so I was getting ready to show you guys what I picked up at Lowe's and Home Depot, and I have a proven winner's delivery. I am so excited. I am not excited that these guys were tumped upside down and have some broken leaves, but they're here. And first things first is the new Miss America Hosta. Look at this gal. Look at these leaves. Oh, she's pretty. She's super pretty. But see, she was tumped upside down. So we have a few broken leaves. That's okay. I have no doubt she'll bounce back really quickly. Look at her. I am super excited to have her. Let's look at. So Miss America here is going to get about 19 inches high and maybe 5 feet across. So we'll see. Oh my goodness, you guys. Gorgeous. Okay, next up isn't new, but definitely new to me. And this is Proven Winners Woo La La Hosta. Look at her. Look at her leaves. Oh my goodness. And yeah, she was tumped over too and completely out of her container. Look. So I just kind of put her back in there, just gave her a drink. So we'll see. But this is not new to me and probably not new to you guys, but we're going to look at her stats too. So 36 to 48 inches high. Oh my goodness. And she can get 6 feet. Wow. Wow, I'm so stoked. She is going in the secret garden. Well, both of these gals are, but I just can't get over that color in that Miss America Hosta. Gorgeous. Okay, now this kind of got sidelined a little bit, but these were also delivered from Proven Winners. It's Pardon My Lavender 2 Bee Balm, and I have 2 of those. Okay, and then new things I picked up. Let's see. So while I was in Lowe's, I died. I had to have these white wave petunias. So these guys came home with me. They just caught my eye immediately. Aren't they striking? Just gorgeous. So I'm not quite sure right now while I'm filming this where they're going to go, but you'll see later on in the video where they land. And then I also picked up, while I was at Lowe's, I picked up some of this Salvia. Now I have sown my own seeds indoors, but I'm not sure how well it's going to do. So I went ahead and picked up these. I picked up 2 of these. And this guy looks super sad, but that's the other one. We'll perk up. I just gave them some water. But I picked up that Salvia because I also, from Home Depot, picked up the Supertunia Vista Bubblegum. Now, it doesn't have a tag, but they said that's what this is. And none of them are blooming out yet. I have 4 of them here. So, crossing our fingers, that's what it is, because it will look very pretty with the Salvia. And my plan for those, I do have it over here. The black pots that I had put those tulip and daffodils in that came to my address that were supposed to go to Oregon, came here instead. Those are the pots. So I'm going to put that in there. The Salvia and the Supertunia Vista Bubblegum in those, and put them out by the pool area. So I think that'll look nice and bright and just really pretty in the pool area. I picked up some more of the Over Easy Supertunias because I loved the bowls so much. That was the whole point of going back to Lowe's, is to pick up some more of those bowls. So I could not find any Diamond Frost Euphorbia, so I did have to order that, and I have ordered it through Home Depot. So hopefully it's delivered next week and I can get the other pots done. And then lastly, while I was at Lowe's, I couldn't resist. I picked up some of this sweet basil by Bonnie to put in my raised vegetable planter. And I picked up, oh, sweet pepper. So yeah, so the pepper I have that I sowed and planted in my little box is a green pepper. So I wanted this yellow bell sweet pepper. And here are the terracotta bowls that I was after. So Lowe's carries these and I just love them, and they fit perfect on the columns out there on the back patio. All right, well, our first stop is going to take us out here to this bird bath. And I'm planting a bed around this bird bath. And I think that's going to be beautiful. And all the bricks that I had on top of the chicken wire for my tulips to keep the squirrels from lifting up the chicken wire were put in the bird bath so they could mow, and that's fine. But I wanted to show you guys before I talk about what I'm planting in this bird bath. Yes, I'm planting in the bird bath, and there's going to be a bed around it. Or, you know, we had 21 dead trees removed, but they also, when they grinded the stumps, you guys, I have 21 piles of free mulch. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so I backed up now from the bird bath, just so if anyone's new here, or if you haven't really been following along because my videos are a snore fest, which I don't blame you. My ultimate goal is to have a circle drive come all the way through. And now I've backed up just a little bit further because once we have the circle drive coming all the way around, what we would like to have then is to have just beds up here. So no grass to maintain. So we are trying to cut down on how much grass we have to maintain on our 2.5 acres. So just having beds would be better all the way around. You know, not having to have gas for the mower, and not having to maintain this, and just having beautiful, beautiful beds of wonderful, lovely things up here. All right, so back to the bird bath. Okay, so what I plan to put in it, now there are a few cracks in this bird bath, which is why I've decided to plant in it, but I don't know if those cracks are going to be enough drainage. And instead of drilling holes, I have bought some of this horticultural charcoal. So I'm going to put some of this down in the bird bath. So hopefully that'll help if the cracks that are in it aren't good enough to provide drainage. So hopefully that'll help soak up the water. But I'm going to put my Pilgrim Hosta in there. I hope it does well. This is the north side, so it still gets sun, but not as harsh. So I'm just going to break up this Creepin' Jenny all the way around in it and just have it like drip down over the sides. Oh, I think that's going to be lovely. If they like their home in this bird bath, we'll see. And then I think I'm going to bring in white petunias. I think that will just be gorgeous. All right, so here is the bird bath. So I have the Pilgrim Hosta in the middle. I have Creepin' Jenny in here and white wave petunias. So what I did, I just took that container of Creepin' Jenny and I took my Hori Hori knife and I just split it into 4 sections. And then I took 4 of the wave petunias and just put them in the empty holes all around the bird bath. So you guys, if they like it in here, this is going to be super pretty, I think. All right, so that is complete. And then for those of you that may be wondering what a Hori Hori knife is, it's this. And I learned about it from the Garden Ninja. And this is the best thing ever. I think I watched a video of his that was called like gardening tools you need, or his favorite gardening tools. Anyway, this has been amazing to have in the garden. And it has, look, it has the inches on it. So if you're planting bulbs or whatever and you need to know what depth, this thing just goes right in. It gets after really tough weeds. So I'm really pleased with it. It has that serrated edge on it. So yeah, that is my Hori Hori knife. Look at that weed. Ooh, let's see what the Hori Hori can do with this. down in. Pop it up. Yeah, look at that. Gone, eradicated, out of here. Nice. For this sweet potato vine, not all of it, I'm gonna use most of it though. And the rest of these white wave petunias, I've decided where they're going. And I'll show you now. All right, so we're just gonna take a little trip. So here's the secret garden. There's the rest of my other loot. The impatiens. I'm so excited. So they're gonna be going over in here. And then look here. Have you been following along? Finally. The dead tree's going away soon. They're actually finally gone. So, wow, we had 4 inside this secret garden. So, it's so wonderful. It just really opened this up. And then, so I have Miss America and Woo La La. They're going to go in this back bed back here. They're going to really fill that in. All right, so we're just taking a little trip through the secret garden. And you guys, hey, I'm going to stop on these. If you know what this is, please let me know. I think this is some kind of false holly, but I have tried to put it on a plant app, and I get bupkis. I have no idea what this is, but it gets these beautiful berries in the spring. They're just lovely. Okay, anyway, sidetrack. The wind's blowing so hard. This little bench that used to be on the back patio that I moved over here, it's just tumped it up on its side. So wild. It is extremely windy. All right, so for the white wave petunias and some of the sweet potato vine, I'm gonna put some in here. And then when these pansies die off, I'm sowing sweet alyssum indoors. So I'm gonna, hopefully it works out, and that's what I'm gonna fill the rest of these pots with, the empty pots and these pansy pots with the sweet alyssum. So some white wave petunias and sweet potato vine in this. And then for the rest of the sweet potato vine, I'm going to come around here. So you're just walking along with me. Then you can get a feel for where everything is too. Those 2 hanging pots on the gazebo, you can see those. I'm going to put sweet potato vine and some of those white wave petunias in those. And I think that's going to look lovely. And then I have another little planter on this table. And I'm hoping to fill that up with some of my sweet alyssum as well that I have started indoors. So fingers crossed. If not, we'll go to the nursery and we'll find something else. So yes, so got a little mini tour. There's a big pile of brush from all the dead trees. And then I think I said in my last video, but I'll go ahead and say again, this stump, someone previously, not us, poured concrete all the way down in it. So we're gonna have to burn the stump around the concrete, and then my husband's going to have to like jackhammer it out. So you can see the crew said it goes all the way down. Isn't that a shame? So that's probably what helped kill this beautiful big tree. And then same thing for this stump here. Hey, so we're at the back bed of the secret garden, and I think that's where I want my bird cage. So I got to figure out what I'm going to plant in that and get that picked up. And here is Miss America and Woo La La. They're right there. The Woo La La is looking a little woo na na. Poor thing. Shipping was rough. My Brennera, move elbow. Move elbow. Good girl. My Brennera is starting to come back. I had 2 of these planted, but one bit the dust. I've been picking some weeds out of here while I was over here. But here comes my Delta Dawn heucheras coming up. The Great Expectations heucheras. Yes. Okay, so that's gonna look lovely. And I was testing to see what the arbor I found on Amazon would look like over here. So we'll see. All right, next, we're in the pool area now. And these are the pots where I had planted that misdirected tulip and daffodil order. And in them now, for the spring and summer season, are Supertunia Vista Bubblegum. There's 2 in each pot and 1 each of the Salvia. And we'll just see how this combination does. Now my plan is to set them closer to the pool once we get this all opened up. And I'm probably going to put one of them on this little pedestal I have here. So, little plinth. So I think that will look so good, especially if these do well in the pots. All right, so now we're going to get to planting those hanging baskets. Here they are. Oh, this wind is something fierce. They're going to be beautiful though with the white petunias and the sweet potato vine. Oh, the wind. Oh goodness. Hi, Evie Bean. In my vegetable planter, I added the Yellow Bell Sweet Pepper by Bonnie Plants. So that's in there. Looks a lot better than my seedling I started indoors. And my marigolds some are hanging on fiercely, so I'm so happy. And crossing my fingers for my tomato, because I did not buy a tomato plant. Maybe I need to do that just in case. And then here's the sweet basil. And you guys, this stuff smells so good, like delicious. Okay, so turning my attention to the front of the secret garden over here. So I'm going to be focusing on this area right here. And I think I'm going to be moving my Mickey stepping stone out of this bed and my little fairy stake. I used to have Tinkerbell in here, but she was a little worse for wear. So I'm going to have to find me another one. But I have these, the 12 coral impatiens and the 12 white ones. So there's 24. I'm just going to pack the whole front of this bed with those. And voila, magic. So I interspersed them out in there, alternating between the coral and the white. So I think this is going to look really beautiful when it fills in. Over here on this side of the same bed, that is where these Rocapuco Wisteria double impatiens are going to go. So this wind, I have just about had it, and I know these plants have too. Bless it. It is just, woo, a lot of wind for days. Okay, so I think that's going to look good. So I have them kind of spaced. I just have 4 of those. So just put them in here because I have some purple shamrock trying to come up around its weeds. And then 2 hostas. And this hosta is like being overtaken by some weeds. So we're going to get after it. And then I have a little daylily I popped in here when I was cleaning out beds last year. And here they are. And me and my Hori Hori got rid of a lot of the riffraff that was hanging out in this bed. So most of the weeds are gone. So the double impatiens, the wisteria, is in. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll catch up, see how these guys are doing in the next garden tour. But they're beautiful, and I hope they do well. Look at that, so pretty. We'll just end on this peaceful little scene right here. Thank you so much for watching and adding color to my world.